Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with the big talk about tonight's big show, Nxt Takeover Revival. This is taking place February 11th, 2015 on the WWE Network. This is going to be a really good, very fun show. This is one that honestly I just have real life plans that got into the way, and I'm not going to be able to watch this one live, and I'm really kicking rocks about it today. I'm going to be heading out to Disney on Ice. I believe the show actually starts around the same time that the NXT Takeover show starts. And these shows, since their beginning, I believe this is the 5th one. This is sort of like the 1 year almost anniversary of the last one where they had the big, Sami Zayn versus Cesaro match. They had the Bo Dallas versus Adrian Neville ladder match. It was around this time last year, so it's kind of weird to think that, around this time last year the WWE Network was launching. They did their first NXT special. Everything's coming around full circle right now, but the NXT brand is bigger and better than ever since the last special, which was Our Evolution, is where basically I told myself I'm going to start watching NXT. I don't have Destination America. I have to jump through hoops in order to watch TNA. I'm going to give my time to NXT that I would have given to TNA. I think it's a better show. It's only 1 hour. So going into this, it makes this pay-per-view a whole lot more special. Not only is it, 2 hours of really good wrestling, I know the backstory of why these people are fighting, and I'm more into it than I was last time. Before I was listening to reviews of NXT and watching it sporadically when they had big matches that caught my attention. Now I'm watching it week in and week out, and the number one contenders tournament for the NXT Championship was very fun. I had a lot of fun watching that whole deal, and it pays off with your big Adrian Neville versus Finn Balor match, and this right here is like an indie worker's dream. I know that when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens came into the picture, basically with Kevin Owens debuting at the last show when he took on CJ Parker in the opening match, it was a lot of people saying they wanted to see Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn as soon as possible because of Final Battle 2010, because of the long-standing feud that these guys have had, and they really did a really good video package on the end of last week's NXT, showing these guys being best friends and coming up together, and then, putting Kevin Owens' turn into there. This is a hard one to pick. This is a really good match. Sami Zayn just became the NXT champion. He had to go through a big, long fight to get it. And much like Daniel Bryan, those two guys are sort of in the same thing as the ultimate underdogs finally winning it. You look at those two dudes, Sami Zayn less than Daniel Bryan. You don't really think that they'd be able to be in a fight with these guys and be able to pull it off, but they're both great wrestlers, and they're able to overcome, their smaller stature, I guess you can say, and that's what's going to make these matches so good. Sami Zayn as the champion beating Kevin Owens. I know that a lot of people are going to, immediately think that, he lost the championship match. Kevin Owens is going to get buried. He can't lose his first shot at the NXT championship. Or where does he go from there? But at the same time, when you're going to pick Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn loses, where do you go from there? Of course, you've already got your number one contender from the NXT Championship tournament already set in. Either Neville or Finn Balor is going to be the new guy to take on Owens. More than likely, that's going to take place at the next special. So then where does Sami go under the card? Is he, do you just go with the automatic, he's going to get promoted because he lost the championship? Well, Adrian Neville, he lost the championship to Sami Zayn at the last special, and he hasn't got called up. So this makes it really hard to pick what's going down. Honestly, in my opinion, I think that Sami Zayn's going to keep the championship. You can tell that, the head writer for NXT, I forgot his name, or Triple H, the guy who's, being the Vince McMahon of NXT, really does keep guys into the fold. Very few guys get lost in the shuffle. I can think of Mojo Rawley was the guy that, when I first watching NXT, I sort of liked him. I don't know where he went. I only pray that he got hurt, because I haven't seen him on TV, and God knows however, even though they were putting him over when they were doing the whole New England Patriots and Gronk wins the championship. In the match, I'm going to pick Sami Zayn to beat Kevin Owens. I think that's the way that they're going to go. Either that, or they're going to do some sort of a screwy finish, and then it's become a three-way between them and Adrian Neville. Of course, when Kevin Owens, he beat Sami Zayn, he attacked him. Oh, I apologize. When Sami Zayn beat Adrian Neville, and Adrian Neville left the ring at the last special, Kevin Owens attacked Sami Zayn. Then Kevin Owens came out for a fight with Adrian Neville, which I believe ended in a double countout. And from there, he attacked Adrian Neville on the outside. So you sort of see that Kevin Owens already has a built-in feud with Neville, unless they go with Balor getting the win. And then they do Balor versus Zayn. So as you can see, this is going to be really good stuff. No one can really tell what's going down. Adrian Neville versus Finn Balor is going to be a great match. I believe it was one of those Super Juniors 2012 tournament. My buddy Miguel was watching this the other night, freaking 88, and he was even nice enough to send me the link to watch this on YouTube, but, I just ran out of time. I forgot about it until now, but basically this is the match. They got both of these guys put on the map to get signed by WWE. It took a while to get both of them under contract, but now they're here, and I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be tuning in just to see this one match, and they're going to be hoping that these guys and Zayn and Owens put on great matches. But I'm going to pick Zayn to win the championship match, and I'm going to pick Neville to win the number one contenders tournament and see where they go from there. I think that Finn Balor and Hideo Itami had a great match on last week's NXT for the number one contenders tournament to put him into the final, and I think that they are friends, but they are going to be building up to some sort of a feud between these guys, because this was a great match and it was really, really good. From there we go to the undercard. Tyler Breeze versus Hideo Itami. We've seen this match in the tournament where Breeze took the loss, but Breeze kept showing up, saying that he was taking time off to figure out being a model, this, that, or the other. He kept on sending in YouTube videos, and then he said he was paying attention to the tournament. I thought that he was going to pull a Bull Dempsey and sort of, insert himself into the Itami versus Balor match, because he was upset that he lost, and that would just sort of easily give him a feud by screwing him over. But luckily for us, we got a clean finish in that match. I don't know. I'll take Itami to beat Breeze, but they spent a lot of time putting Breeze over, even though he lost that match. So you got to think about what he's got going on in that match. Baron Corbin versus Bull Dempsey. This is easily a match that I don't think anybody needs to see. I told everybody with the last match that I was more intrigued by Bull Dempsey than the Baron Corbin factor. Baron Corbin, we've seen wrestle in a couple matches that have gone longer than a minute. The match against him and Adrian Neville was probably the longest match he's ever had, and it was nothing special. Every time I look at Baron Corbin, the only thing I think about is, I wonder what Crimson is doing from TNA these days. I remember the rumor that he was in developmental to try and see if WWE wanted to sign him, and I guess things didn't work out because I never heard about that ever again. But I don't know what they're going to do here. The no DQ match, they're probably going to put Corbin over. He just came out with the t-shirt, but hopefully he beats him fast and he can go back to beating guys that way. But once Goldberg sort of lost that mystique about him, Goldberg wasn't the guy that he was, but he still had a lot of fans out there, so it just wasn't for me. From there we go to the new tag team champions, Buddy Murphy and Wesley Blake, coming out of the middle of nowhere to beat the Lucha Dragons, and they're going to be giving them a rematch. No way in the world do I see the tag team titles changing hands here. It was my first time seeing Murphy and Blake. I got from listening to a few reviews and talking to my friends that Murphy and Blake had been on the show before. I guess I just didn't catch who they were. In my eyes, that was their debut, and I was really surprised that they beat him, pretty clean in that match, and it sort of seemed like it was a big deal. So I'll pick Murphy and Blake to get the win there. And then we go to the 4-way. For the NXT Women's Championship, Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Bayley versus Becky Lynch. This has been a good match to sort of add tension between Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. I like what they've been doing there. They've been adding a whole lot to the character of Bayley, who is just a supreme super babyface. And now we're seeing that she sort of has this tough side behind her, and that she sort of deserves to be where she is. She's not happy-go-lucky all the time. We've seen her get pushy and shovey with Charlotte, and that she's not going to get back down into a corner. She deserves to be where she's at. I just don't think that it's going to come today. I'm actually still picking Charlotte to get the win. I've seen some videos of people saying that, Becky Lynch might be the surprise victor, or Sasha is going to be the easy one to win this one. I think that they've been adding a whole lot of friction between Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks, and maybe that'd be good if she came from behind to be the champion, and now she is the queen bee of that group, I guess you can say. But I just think that breakup's going to happen organically and not without the championship. So I think that they're going to keep the belt on Charlotte. They got a good thing going, and they're going to rock with that. 6 matches tonight on the NXT Takeover special. It's going to be fun. I hope you guys get to enjoy it and watch it live. I know that once I get home tonight, I'm going to be watching the New Japan show that was actually last night, but it's going to be airing on New Japan World tonight. So I'm going to be watching that, and then I'll probably watch this tomorrow, I guess. So peace out, everybody. Have fun. NXT Takeover Revival. Good times.